Wait a second. These are new.
In the sleep, I can't buy no jaws. White I was sore. When I started balling, I was young. Commas in my head, man. Slummed over like a dead man.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this video has been a span of like 3 or 4 days, and I've been doing a lot of the grunt work, stuff that I didn't want to like show repetitively, and the stuff that kind of just takes a little while to do. So you guys saw we pulled the engine out of the car in preps of getting the bay ready for paint, but then I didn't do any of the engine bay stuff because it has been raining these last couple of days and it has been really cold. So we did other things instead. I took the subframe off, all the steering components, took it all out, got the subframe bare. We got it all nicely painted, which is right there. We did the truck bed liner on it, and the texture is really nice. I actually like this texture. It's not too crazy like the Raptor or like undercoating. I didn't want to do rubberized undercoating, so truck bed liner, pretty cool. Definitely will use it again in the future. And with the subframe out and the engine out of the car, with not wanting to touch the engine bay, I decided to kind of tinker with the engine a little bit. So you guys saw we kind of tore it down a little bit. I was going to pull the head off, get it rebuilt. I was going to do timing chain tension, all that good jazz while the engine's out of the car. I even got a head gasket over there, OEM Honda. But it turns out the cylinder head looked like it had been taken off before. Looks like it's been reinstalled. New timing chain, new tensioners, new guides. And you can tell because the tensioner doesn't stick out as far as if the chain had been stretched before. So comparing to a lot of newer ones like Hybrid and OE, when they are freshly installed, it's about 3 clicks out, which is what this one was showing. So I decided to not touch it at all, and that because it was already swapped out, I decided that if I'm going to buy new ones, I'm just going to buy new ones for the new motor. So if you guys don't know, this is a temporary K20a2 that's going to go in the car, and then the other one is already at the homie Chris built. KELLYBUILT, where it's going to get piston rods, new head job, new valves, dual valves, all that good stuff to make a ton of power. Now this engine was resealed with black RTV, and it was a pretty sloppy job. And I decided to reseal it, obviously, because I had to put everything back together. And in the process of that, we did the RSX steel base oil pan with the -10 bung welded on for the return line of the turbo. So we resealed that, we resealed the timing cover, the water pump housing, and I just kind of been tinkering with the intake manifold setup, the turbo manifold setup, just to get it off the floor and just kind of, you know, set it on the engine and out of the walkway. So we got the bull boost manifold and the turbo mounted up, just mock up, and then we have an RBC manifold, which I think I might run the RBC manifold. I've been doing a lot of research and seeing how people are getting the RBC manifold to fit under the hood of a EF chassis, and it looks very promising. So I have 2 RBC manifolds sitting around. I slapped it on just for now, and I think what I'm going to do when I mock the engine back up again is I'm going to put this on the lower setting on the bull boost motor mount, and then we're going to refab the back mount to drop it in hopes of getting it low enough to clear the SIR hood to close the hood with RBC manifold. EF owners, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Right here, I found an AEM fuel rail, which belongs to the KRX, but I did a K-tune fuel rail on that car, so that was a spare lying around. And I'm pretty stoked because in my notebook here, a lot of the stuff that I had written down about a week or 2 ago is starting to get crossed off. So a lot of this is starting to get crossed off, and a lot of this stuff I still need to get. Intake manifold, actually, let me mark intake manifold off. Throttle body intake manifold gasket. I have a bull boost thermal gasket, which is on the engine now. I have an engine harness. I need to buy conversion harness. I need an ECU, clutch slave that can be after, catch can. I'm waiting for the homie KELLYBUILT. I do have lines and fittings for that already. Thermostat inner housing. I actually have one, but I might buy billet one, so I'm not sure just yet. Coolant temp sensor. I need to buy that. Shifter box and base plate. I have a shifter box if I don't want to get a billet unit, and I need to buy the base plate for sure. Crank sensor, because I took it for Blueberry. Charge pipe, which I needed an intake manifold for, not a big issue. This little square right here is pretty much everything pertaining to the cylinder head, and I marked it off because I'm not going to be actually doing any of that now since we already resealed the engine back up. I need to buy a turbo blanket. I need to find a pilot bushing because they didn't have one at the parts store today. I did go to the parts store today. I bought a rear main seal, this guy here. And I also bought a release bearing for the twin disc for the transmission. So I got that already marked off on my list. Everything else right here on the bottom is all the fuel related stuff for the fuel cell, which we're not going to get into just yet. And then everything else on the second page is pretty much all the all-wheel drive components and steering stuff, which I have a lot already on the way. It may not seem like it's a lot of stuff for you guys in this video, but I will assure you that for me, it was a ton of work that I did here. So moving forward, in the order of operation here is to do the engine-based stuff, which I'm going to start tomorrow, and then wait for all the steering stuff to show up to get the subframe back into the car. And then once the subframe is back into the car, we'll pull the engine off to mate it up with the transmission to throw all of that back into the car. And then we can start throwing all the stuff that belongs into the car. I took a look into my files on the computer yesterday, and it turns out that this video is going to be the last video for 2023. Yesterday was Christmas. I hope you guys had a blessed one. Happy holidays. I hope you guys got to spend it with your loved ones. And I was just here in the garage. I guess I'm one of those people where we feel this Christmas is not the same, and this is the second year we have Christmas without my dad, and it's just kind of like an emotional thing for me. My family, they were doing their thing, and I was just so disconnected from it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was just out here just keeping my mind busy while everybody was filled with laughter and joy. But nonetheless, it wasn't a terrible Christmas, so I'm blessed to even, you know, enjoy that in a sense. So before we cap out this video, because it is the last video of the year, I want to recap 2023 just a smidge. Typically, I make a yearly video recap where I kind of talk about like the ups and downs from the beginning to the end of year, but I just really want to quickly roll through it. Like 2023 has been a blessing. Like 2022, if you guys don't remember, I lost my channel not once but twice to a hacker, and I had to fight and appeal it for about 2.5 weeks. And I was at this point where I was like, man, you know, if I don't get my channel back, that's it. I'm gonna have to quit YouTube and just live my life, you know what I mean? And fortunate for me, after 2.5 weeks, I got my channel back. But getting the channel back doesn't mean I got everything back. So the channel kind of just plummeted a little bit. I was tossed down the hole and I had to try to build it back up. So last year wasn't the greatest, although we tried to make the best of it. By the end of 2022, the channel was still hurting a little bit, and I kind of spoke to the homies. We were talking about like, what do I need to do to get 2023 right? And like I told you guys, there's a reason for every doing. I kind of already knew what I wanted to do coming into 2023. I just wasn't entirely sure how we were going to go about it. I had all these engines and turbo parts and just spare items lying all over the place that I figured I needed a new car to come on the channel. So because I read and I hear you guys, Project Blueberry just happened to land in my lap, and I was like, you know what, this is the car that we're gonna bring in 2023 in hopes of helping the channel rise back up, right? So Project Blueberry, man, first and foremost, man, I sold my red CRX. I've had it for 8 years, all-wheel drive turbo, and I got to keep a lot of the stuff that belongs to me personally. Like, I've had it for a long while, and I kept everything that I could off the car, but still sold the car for a fair amount, and the car went out of state. So shout out to the person who bought that car, which then led me to buying the green CRX like literally the week after, and I stuffed it in the storage, hid it from you guys for a couple of months. But that allowed me to go get the Blueberry, and the Blueberry came home where we commenced the build. So the build initially, when I introduced it to the channel, you guys loved it. You guys enjoyed it. The likes, the views don't lie. And just the initial introduction of Blueberry to the channel lifted it back up tremendously. And at that point, I knew Blueberry was going to be the one. So we started doing the Blueberry build, and you guys showed me mad love and support on all the Blueberries videos, and you know, that brought the channel up and brought my spirits up. Like, don't get me wrong, you guys are the ones who motivate me. You guys are the ones who inspire me to keep chasing my dreams, and allow me to do this to help motivate and inspire you guys to chase yours. So Blueberry was doing so well on the channel, and then we kind of got to the point where the car was done, but you guys also were the ones who kind of like convinced me to hold on to the car, to do some more with it. I finished the build. The entire plan was to sell the car, and then you guys said to keep it to do more action with it, which then we took it to the track. We took it to Mexico. I have a blast driving that car. I just don't drive it as often because I have too many cars, right? So I kept it around. I still have it till this day. When you guys watch this video, I still have Project Blueberry. It's still for sale. And once Blueberry was done, it just kind of sat around for whenever I want to drive it. Then I brought the green CRX home. The green CRX was also a quick little flip car. I was saving it because a buddy of mine was going to give it to the junkyard. So I bought it, brought it home. I had a bunch of stuff lying around. So then I ended up just using it on the car, which then ended up being a really sick build. The CRX has an LS VTEC that is built from block to head, makes under 200 horsepower, which has more in it because the cams aren't degreed in there, and it's also on 91 pump gas. So the CRX for now, it's running and driving. It's really strong. It's healthy. It's also for sale. The car is still being worked on as I go, whenever I have the time to work on it, which is right now currently in the bodywork phase. But the CRX, the Blueberry, the cars in between, the H2B CRX, all of that has been doing well for me here this year. And not only that, I hid 2 other cars from you guys for a little while, and if you guys seen it, we brought home 2 EF Sedan, which is the current one on the driveway, and we have 1 more in the unit stashed away for when time is right. We'll bring it on board. But I'm stoked for 2024 because, you know, there's a lot in store, a lot I want to do. LLCs, merch, H2B CRX, you know, just looking forward to the better future, and this year has led me the way, and I'm definitely ending 2023 on a good term. So I mean, what more is it really to say? You guys see the videos, man. We're having a blast here on the channel. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos as much as I'm making them. And I hope you guys are in store for next year too, because I can't wait. With the amount knocked off on the list and the notebook, with everything we're going to be putting into the EF Sedan, I hope you guys are ready for what's to come. So don't mean to jibber jabber on too long. I feel like I'm slurring a little bit here, but I just want to say, man, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed for you guys to be on board with me 2023 and show me mad love and support. I wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. So with that being said, I'm going to end it on this term. I hope you guys have a blissful weekend. I hope you guys have an enjoyable new year. Be safe, be responsible, have fun, and we'll see you guys in the next video, huh? Be sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed the progress update on the EF Sedan build. And if you guys want to stick around for the bodywork and paint on the engine bay of the EF Sedan build, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.